When the boss pulls this lever, steam escapes from this kiln like whoosh. It might be hard to understand if you've never been involved with this kind of work, but when you remove the steam, the pressure of the kiln goes down instantly. At this point, a machine that runs on a steam engine will no longer work. It would take about an hour for steam to rise again in the kiln. In the novel version, Pazu wakes up early and sets a fire in the kiln. Then he cleans the floor until he's soaked with sweat. When he wrings his shirt, sweat falls like a waterfall. Only then does the temperature of the kiln finally start to rise. That's how precious and valuable steam is. It takes a lot of burning coal to store steam in a huge boiler, so everyone was hoping to find silver, copper, or at least tin from the new pit of the coal mine by working even through the night. The boss even has Pazu buy dinner for the miners, but it turns out to be all for nothing. The boss gives up for the night and releases the steam from the kiln. This is a scene where you can see the boss's despair. He's bummed out. What is the steam from the steam engine used for? As you saw earlier, it's partially used to move the giant pulley and run the elevator. But this is just one function where it's more convenient to have steam than not. So what is the steam from the steam engine mainly used for? A steam engine isn't just for moving a train, nor moving a ship. The steam of the steam engine is meant to be used to manage the spring water that gushes from the bottom of mine tunnels. The deeper you get into the ground, the more water that needs to be brought out of the mine. It wasn't James Watt who invented the steam engine, but Thomas Newcomen. Newcomen invented the steam engine in order to drain the water out of mines. Working in a mine is a constant battle against pit water, so it was invented for the purpose of drawing water out of it. When the depth of a coal mine surpasses 15 meters, spring water becomes the biggest problem. The shallow part of the ground can be excavated in no time. But before the Industrial Revolution, the depth of coal mines exceeded 50 meters, reaching up to 100 meters. At that point, let's see. Well, in the beginning, miners remove water with their hands, like drawing water from a well. But their efforts weren't enough. Speaking of Newcomen, I thought he was a priest or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's put that aside. That's when the steam engine was invented. It was such a convenient invention for pumping spring waters from mines. So it quickly became popular in mines around the world. The steam engine and the elevator with a large pulley, as I showed earlier, have become something like symbols of coal mines all over Europe. Well, when all these facilities were installed, in other words, this huge pulley elevator and steam engine, this marked the golden age of the slag ravine. I think it was during this era that light railways were constructed in the valley. All right. Oh, this is a little far away. This is a model of a light railway running in the slag ravine. But actually, I don't think this is accurate. It shouldn't be wooden, but was altered by Hayao Miyazaki in order to make the visuals more exciting. This movie is set to take place in Wales, but back then there weren't enough trees to build bridges like this. Most of the trees were cut down or burned down at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, and there was only iron left in the United Kingdom. So was it called industrial heritage? The United Kingdom built the Iron Bridge and it became the world's first industrial heritage. The thing is, there wasn't any high-quality timber left in the UK, so they had no choice but to make iron bridges. But Miyazaki exercised his artistic license and drew the light railway on a wooden bridge to make it look cool. In the Slag Ravine, this light railway is laid everywhere. And like this diagram, these cardboard railways mimic the light railway. Right here is the station, and the light railway is running in all directions. How freely does it run? Let's see. When you see the storyboard of the Slag Ravine, I mean not a storyboard but an artboard. An artboard is a stage before background artists draw the background scenery. Before a team of background artists draws the scenery, an art director draws the base image, and that's called an artboard. Based on the artboard, each background artist adjusts the picture. For example, it's daytime, so I'll add sunlight. Or I'll add morning haze since it's early morning. That's how animation backgrounds are based on artboards. As you can see, this light railway is running almost everywhere. This is because the Slag Ravine isn't just a mining town. In addition to mining, they also handle all manufacturing operations, from smelting ore to processing it. That's why the railway runs throughout the entire town. There are steel cable facilities and workshops everywhere. So the town is surrounded by chimneys and railway tracks. It's an incredible structure made up of railway tracks. Well, the author of Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken would love the structure here. This Slag Ravine is actually a bit strange, can you tell? There is something missing. Do you see it? There should be something here in a large factory town like this. But we don't see it. For example, in the famous scene where Pazu blows the trumpet at dawn in the Slag Ravine, his house has the best view of the Slag Ravine. As he plays the trumpet on top of the valley, the sun shines down onto the cliff of the Slag Ravine. It's quite a beautiful scene. But why does Pazu live in a place like this? Something should have been on top of this cliff originally.